What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Raceroni, and this is another weird video that you guys have seen me do before. It's kind of offbeat for what normally is on the channel, but hey, you guys seemed to like it last time. There's quite a few views on that video if you haven't noticed, and that's about the Dodge Demon. Today we are going to talk about the new information that has been released since about the Dodge Demon, and a little bit of a follow-up to what a lot of people have been saying in the comments on the previous video. One thing I was getting a lot of in the comments on the previous video was that you can't compare a Camaro Exorcist versus a Dodge Demon because one's a factory car and one is a aftermarket modified car. But see, the thing is I don't agree with that, because it's been how many years that people have been comparing Shelby Mustangs and such to Camaros and Challengers and stuff. It's the same thing. It's pretty much the same idea as that, and people haven't been saying, oh, you can't compare a Shelby to a regular Chevy. Yes you can. You can compare whatever you want. It's apples to apples. They're race cars either way, whether they're factory or not. And a lot of people say, yeah, it's nice to have the Hellcat or the Demon because it has a warranty, which is true, and I very much agree with that. But, like I said in the previous video, and something that a lot of people have pointed out in the comments, is that as soon as you get something like that, and you know that it can be that fast in the quarter mile, but it needs a roll cage and these other safety mods, you're going to want to do those other mods. And the problem is chances are those probably void the warranty anyways. So anyways, my follow-up to the previous Dodge video. The Dodge Demon has officially been announced for an MSRP of $84,000, I believe it was $995, which is crazy low for what you get with that car. 840 horsepower. 750 foot-pounds of torque, and on a perfect day, this is another thing people got on me for not mentioning, on a perfect day, in the perfect conditions, it can run a quarter mile in 9.65 seconds and hit 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds, which is crazy. $85,000 for a car like that, which is less than I expected it to be. I expected it to be closer to 95 to 100. And a lot of people are saying this, and this is one thing I will give Dodge all the credit in the world for. Everybody's saying, oh, but they're going to mark up the sticker price and blah, 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 which could happen. But the problem is Dodge is combating that. Dodge has said publicly that any Dodge Demon sold over sticker price will be built after the initial orders of the cars that are being sold at the sticker price. That means people aren't going to be willing to pay more money for them, and so therefore the dealerships aren't going to be able to get away with it. If you can't sell a car for over sticker price because the people don't want to buy it, that's how it works. It's supply and demand, and if somebody demands they don't want to pay over sticker price because they don't want to have to wait for their car, they're not going to pay it. You're going to have to sell it at the sticker price, which is great on Dodge. I applaud them so hard for that, because you see that so much nowadays. It happened with the Hellcat. It happened with the Ford Focus RS, like, ridiculously. I remember seeing videos on Facebook of Ford Focus RSs that were, like, over 50 grand. And that was cars that had sticker prices originally of, like, 38. There was cars, I think, over, like, close to 60 grand almost for the Focus RS. So Dodge is combating this kind of stuff, and I love it. I applaud them for that. Another thing they have said is that the Demon Crate that everybody's been asking about since it was announced, the Dodge Demon Crate is going to be sold to customers at a cost of $1, which is crazy to think of. And they've actually said that the estimated value of all the stuff in the Demon Crate is about $6,100. That's a lot of stuff for what you get. The one thing I have heard, I haven't figured out for sure if it's 100% legit or not, is that it will come with the rims for the skinnies for the front of the car when you set it up for a drag race, but it won't actually come with the tires. Don't know if that's true or not. Haven't got time to look into it. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because they, in the advertisements and stuff, they just show rims. But the other thing is, they also announced that the Dodge Demon, because a lot of people questioned, they were like, what kind of color options and stuff are we going to have? Because they literally showed red. That's the only color they showed. Well, they've announced that there's going to be 15 available colors for the Dodge Demon, varying colors at varying price points. And they announced some of the options. Obviously, the $1 passenger seat, the $1 rear seat, and actually the option to add the trunk carpeting back to the car. And then they announced like a couple other options they'll have is like you can get red seat belts to match the outside of the car. You can get a sunroof for like $5,000, which sunroofs are cool, but $5,000 is a lot of money for a sunroof, I think. But hey, there's going to be people willing to pay it, that's for sure. But, you know, this thing's just turned out to be a crazy machine, and I can't wait for the thing to get released so you can start seeing these videos of people actually taking them out and racing these things, because they're just going to be insane. And I want to see what people do in terms of mods to turn these things into just insane quarter-mile machines. Like, imagine if somebody buys, you know, a Challenger Demon and they put like a pulley on it and an intake and just basic stuff like that to add 50, 60, 75 more horsepower, and just running these things down the strip left and right. They're going to be crazy fast, and it's going to be a cool bunch of stuff to see when the time comes. There's going to be a lot of car-based entertainment going on the internet around the Dodge Demon, just like there was with the Hellcat. And I think this thing is going to open the eyes of some of the other companies like Chevy and like Ford and so on to possibly get into this. Because another thing that people have been saying is, yeah, Dodge is finally making this street legal, you know, drag car, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, there, you know, you can compare it to the Copo Camaro and the Mustang drag pack and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, but the thing is those cars don't have VINs. Those cars can't be registered for the street. The Dodge Demon can. The Dodge Demon is an insane street car that can legally go down the road. Is it a good idea? Probably not. But it's a car that you can buy for $85,000 with a warranty, a full warranty, with over 800 horsepower, and it can run a 965 in the quarter mile. When in the world is anybody else going to be able to say that they've made a car like that for that much money? And, you know, you have a warranty for one, and two, you would assume that the thing's going to be dead reliable. It's not like a built car where, oh yeah, you got this badass 900 horsepower or whatever, but every time I try to drive it on the street at slower speeds, the thing overheats when I drive more than 12 blocks. You know, not saying that built or bought is better than built. I don't really agree with that, to tell you the truth, but, you know, there are downsides to it. And I can't wait to see what people can do with these things out of the box. I also think that it's kind of a bad thing at this price point, because it's going to be the same kind of problem you have with the Hellcats, where you have people who don't know what they're doing that can afford to buy something like this. They don't know how to drive a car with 900 horsepower or 840 horsepower, but they're going to buy it anyways because it's cool. You know, some of the people who buy these things, I just can't believe, you know, they'd be dumb enough to go behind the wheel of something like this when it's that dangerous with that much horsepower. I saw a guy that lives in my town, and he drives a Hellcat, a 700 plus horsepower car, and he drives it with like 24-inch rims and rubber band tires. Those things can barely hook up on the goddamn ground when they have a full set of tires on the back, let alone when you got like 22-inch, 24-inch rims with rubber band tires on them. You know, so some of the people who have money, you know, money doesn't buy intelligence. You know, you're not necessarily the smartest person or the best driver just because you go out and buy one of these cars. So that's going to be the dangerous aspect here. I think we're going to see a lot of cool videos related to entertainment online when the Demon comes out. I think it's going to be a great car, but I also think we're going to see a lot of Demon fails videos where people goose it just a little bit, slide it out, and slam it into a wall. Just like you do see with pretty much every other muscle car or high horsepower rear-wheel drive car, because everybody thinks they're a badass nowadays. But I think it's going to be cool when it comes out, and I hope you guys got some new information from this, new stuff that you didn't know already about the Dodge Demon. I'm excited for it. I heard all this stuff, and I'm like, I was waiting for some of it to pile up before I finally came out and made this video. Just wanted to make a follow-up to the last one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the last one, as about 250 or 60,000 of you have. But anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time.